Hey, this Omar recapping, quick recap of the Eagles versus the Vikings last night, and a good performance by Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. They they had kind of like a complete game, you know. Jalen Hurts passing the ball, running the ball. Defense had 2 sacks. Defense also had 3 interceptions. So all around good game by the Eagles against a good team, a team that's is going to be pretty solid this year versus the Vikings in Philly. Hurts had 26 completions, 31 attempts, 333 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Just overall, had command of the offense all night. And yeah, like pretty much. I mean, only missed five in this, or almost only missed 5 passes. So that was pretty good. Overall. Running the ball. He also chimed in with 11 carries for 57 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he was like, a real life star as well as a fantasy star last night. Miles Sanders had 17 attempts, 80 yards, and a touchdown. And it was a cool performance by the Eagles. They look like they're gonna be one of the top tier teams, and then they beat 2 teams that's gonna be battling for playoff positioning as the season goes on. Last week with the Lions, that was a good performance, and this week versus the Vikings. So right now, as far as strength of schedule, they've been scoring at will, kind of been as far as like how they jump out on how they jumped out on the Eagles, not the Eagles, sorry about the Lions last week, and Lions had to fight their way back to make the score look respectable at the end, but they jumped out on them. They jumped out on the Vikings, and both those defense didn't really have no answer for Hurts. Hurts is looking a lot more accurate than he did last year. He looks way more comfortable in the offense for the second year being in this offense, and you can see the difference. He's gaining confidence, and Goddard, that was something he didn't really have a lot of chemistry aside from Devontae Smith last year, but he's feeling more like confident in getting the passes to other receivers off his first read. D. Smith, he had a good game. He didn't really do too much last week, so he came in with 7 receptions, 80 yards. Quez Watkins, so I guess he's gonna be like the fourth option. He had 2 receptions and that one bomb. He had 69 yards and 1 touchdown, and then AJ had a chill day, 55 receptions, 69 yards. So they passing attack is definitely going to be way more formidable than it was last year, and they look like the class of the NFC East for sure. You know what I'm saying? And you probably could pencil them or see why a lot of people broadcast them as like top 3 for the entire NFC. So they're up there with the Rams, and they're up there with the 49ers, and they up there with Tampa Bay and whatnot. So they definitely a team that people need to pay attention to and watch out for. You know what I'm saying? Because they come with that dual threat. And like I said, the more confident he get with throwing the ball is going to make them even more deadly as the season drags on or whatever. So yeah, very very impressive. Like I said, I think a lot of Minnesota, and the fact that they was able to just do that, what I'm saying, like real easy, like that's like I said, when you look back at the end of the season and you see that they booked the Lions and the Vikings on as far as a couple of their wins total, you're gonna be like, yeah, they definitely gonna be a team that everybody need to like pay attention to for sure. All right, that's just my quick take on that.